Hi guys, welcome back. So today we'll be taking a look at some of the Chinese stocks listed in Hong Kong. Before we begin, remember to take a second to give the video a like and subscribe as you greatly help our channel. Without further ado, let's first start off with the Hang Seng Index. So you can see that the Hang Seng Index had a rebound after touching a low about 14.5k. That said, we are facing some resistance. We managed to clear this blue conversion line at around 15.5k. But on Friday itself, we saw some resistance at this red baseline at 16.380. So looking at the Fibonacci resistance level from 14.6k to a high of 18.1k, 16.380 is the 50% Fibonacci resistance level. We have to clear 16.8k to potentially go towards 17.4 and even back to 18.1k. For the support to watch, it will be 15.5k, which is this blue conversion line. Moving on to the Hang Seng Tech. So for Hang Seng Tech, you can see that we actually did see a rebound, and in fact, it was a pretty strong rebound. So you can see that this was the first wave down here, and the second wave down, managed to see some buyers stepping back in at this potential bottom here. So looking closely, you can see that a similar situation, even though we closed above this red baseline, there was some selling pressure towards the close. So the key resistance to watch, which we in fact tested it on Friday itself, is this 61.8% at 3333 levels. So this will be a key resistance for us to clear. If we can clear it, then potentially 3497 and 3709 may be the next two targets for the Hang Seng Tech. For the support to watch, it will be 3042 and 3214. Next up, let's move on to Tencent. So Tencent also saw a rebound after it found some support near the $200 psychological support level. So looking at the Fibonacci, 240 and 250 is the next two resistance to watch out for. On Friday itself, we managed to go above this red baseline, but unfortunately, sellers came back and pushed it back down. Support will be 223. So if 223 can hold, then that would be a good sign for Tencent. That said, if we can climb up further above 250, then we will likely to be aiming towards 264 and potentially 282. Moving on to 9988 or Alibaba. So Alibaba, very similar situation, went up above the red baseline, but still close way below it. So that is not really a good sign, but it's a Friday, so do expect some profit taking. We tested this 61.8% at 75.35. You can see on this particular Friday, we actually hit a high of 76.20, but sellers appeared and we actually closed near the 38.2% at 69.60 levels. So once again, this will be a key resistance to break through at around 75.35. If we can surpass it, then 79.40 and potentially 84.60 is the next two resistance. Support to watch out for, it will be this blue conversion line and it's currently at 68.22. Let's move on to Meituan. So for Meituan, you can see that we actually came close to the $100 psychological support level, hit 112 levels, and we saw a rebound. At the first 3 days, we actually saw some resistance at this red baseline here at around 146, but we managed to surpass it on Friday itself. Key resistance will be 154. If we can cross it, then 165 and 180 may be the next two targets to watch out for Meituan. Key support to watch out for will be 135 at this blue conversion line. Moving on to NetEase on 9999. So you can see that after NetEase broke down this critical support at 108, things started to turn very ugly. We hit a low of 84.05 and we saw some rebound. That said, this previous support here may potentially turn into a very strong resistance. And you can see that this red baseline here is currently acting as a potential resistance for next week, and it's currently around 106 level, coincides with this 50% resistance on the Fibonacci levels. If we can cross up above this 106, then we are also facing this critical resistance at 111 levels. Moving on to NIO. So for NIO, we managed to break out above this blue conversion line on this Friday itself. We acted a resistance on a couple of days, but we still have this red baseline here, and it's currently around 104, 105 levels. That said, previous support here will turn into a very strong resistance. So if we do rebound back up, it's likely for us to come back down lower unless we can cross up this potential strong resistance at 103 and 111 levels. Moving on to JD.com or 9618. So you can see 9618 saw a rebound, similar pattern. We hit this red baseline on Friday itself at around 177 and we pull back down. Key resistance would be the 61.8% at 186, and the second resistance would be the $200 psychological resistance level. That said, blue conversion line support to have to hold is around 158 levels. Moving on to 9888 or Baidu. So for Baidu, we are already at just above this blue conversion line. We are slightly weaker because some of the stocks already hit the red baseline. So the red baseline is still pretty far away. First resistance to clear will be 85.50. Second resistance at 92.80. And the third resistance is also the strongest resistance because this previous support will likely turn into a strong resistance at around $99. Moving on to 1299 or AIA. So AIA managed to find some support at around this $57. If you look back, you can see that 57 was in fact a pretty strong support back in 2018 and even back in early 2018. So looking at the potential resistance ahead, you can see that this AIA managed to test this 65.85 at the 61.8%, but we closed slightly below it on Friday itself. So the next resistance, if we can clear it, then 68.20 and potentially 71.15. For the support to watch, it will be 61.83 at this blue conversion line here. Moving on to Ping An or 2318. So you can see that Ping An very weak. We did close above this blue conversion line, so that is a good sign for now. But the next resistance to watch out for will be this 36.45, which is also the 50% Fibonacci resistance level at 36.45. If you can cross 37.65, which is a good sign because this is a very critical resistance here, the previous support now would turn into a very strong resistance at around 37.65 levels. Support to watch will be this around $33 at this blue conversion line. Lastly, we have Xiaomi Corporation. So for Xiaomi, we actually saw a rebound near the all-time lows of 828. We actually hit around 831 on this particular day. We tested this 831 levels and then we climbed back up. That said, we are facing this 30.2% at 966 levels. Next resistance will be 1007 and even potentially 1049, which is a very critical resistance for Xiaomi Corporation. That said, on the way up, the cloud is acting as a very strong resistance, and you can see that we are already hitting a resistance at the cloud levels. So overall, the Chinese stocks seems to have a rebound, and in fact, a pretty strong rebound, even though the closing was not too good. So hopefully, we do see buyers stepping back in next week and we see more momentum and follow through. So if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by. Till we meet again, appreciate the manipulation.